Good morning. Welcome. It is Wednesday morning. And welcome to Coffee Talk. My name is Lisa Gaylord. They call me Lisa G. 9 o'clock Coffee Talk is going to be here. It is a thing now. I'm super excited because it is a thing. And because it is a thing, I want to share with you my 40-year career. And just like you, I go through ups and downs. I have had an entire career filled with, you name it, I've had it. So because I haven't had children physically, I never want to be in that position where someone would tell me, well, you don't know what it's like because you haven't had kids. I know exactly what it's like because I've been in the trenches with you from day one. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, Melissa. Welcome, everyone, to the show. And let's go ahead and buckle up. Happy Wednesday. It is hump day. Cheers, Bia. I am ahead of you guys. I miss you guys in the morning. I feel like the world, no one responds to my text messages. Some people do, but I am circadian rhythm 101. Circadian rhythm 101. When the light comes on, when the sun is just peeps through, I'm up. I am up. And that is the peak time for metabolism. Sammy, what is up? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Coffee Talk. Today's topic is about pregnancy, hormones, what to eat, how to get back in shape for those extended periods of time where I know that you guys are like, woo, like punching pregnancy in the nose. What your mother never told you. I'm going to kind of be your mom today. I'm going to be your big mom. And again, just because I've never had kids, it's almost like going back to your gynecologist, your male gynecologist, and saying, well, because you've never had kids, you don't know what it's like. And we, sorry about that, we do know. Not only do I know, but you guys are very clear about your expressions. You're very clear about your emotions and your highs and lows. So there's a roller coaster here. So what I want to really touch on today is losing weight and menopause and beyond that. Sorry, somebody keeps calling me, so I apologize. That's what I get for using my phone. Again, this is going to turn into a regular TV show where I'm also turning this into a podcast. Live podcast, and we're going to be turning it into a TV show. So sorry, I apologize. I don't know who that is. They're really coming in strong at 9:03. Somebody that wants my attention, that just doesn't know that I'm doing a show. What is up with that? Brad, what is up? Lori, again, Sammy, welcome. Crazy. Again, it's happening. Let's see. I sent a message out, so let me see if they stop calling me here. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Maybe I want to touch on this real quick before I get into the show topic. There's a couple of little things that are really bothering me. They're in my wheelhouse. Sorry, somebody keeps calling me and it's interrupting the show here. So I totally apologize. They're calling and calling and calling. I don't know about you guys, but since the beginning of text messaging, I thought it was like the greatest thing. Do you guys remember your first text message? I remember. It's happening again. I'm sorry. Hopefully they'll reach out and text me and it'll be all good. Text messaging. I remember the first text message. Susie, Robbie, Tamarhana, what up? Carolyn, welcome. Welcome everyone. Brad, welcome to the show. I want to get into it. Somebody keeps calling me and I might even just have to answer it just because it's a little crazy, and then I'll come back on. If I go out, hang tight, I'll come right back on. But it's obviously somebody that's trying to get a hold of me or doesn't know me. All right. First text messages. I think I'm back from outer space. Woo! All right, guys, here we go. Let's get focused. I have an MRI today, so they're calling and bugging me. I'm gonna get my shoulder surgery done. Sorry, I'm squirreling here on this topic. Anybody out there have a slap tear? I'm gonna get this baby taken care of because I had glad that's taken care of, right? She's like, good morning. I'm like, can you talk fast? So, slap tear, gonna get the MRI, gonna go ahead and have surgery. My concept was, or not my concept, my thinking was, I'm still really young and healthy and vibrant. Let me get it done while I'm super young and healthy and vibrant. Then like putting it off like down the road, where not, you know, I'm thinking super ager, but I'm thinking I want it done now because it's inhibiting a lot of my range of motion. And it's one of those things that I like to think about with you guys, or I'm going to take you guys through the process of how a super ager, how an athlete handles surgery, or I'm definitely going to be in an arm brace for 6 months out, 6 months. This is not an easy heal. This is 12 weeks, I know, bounded, and then that additional time to get my range of motion. But once the surgery's done, I know that I'm going to be perfect again. And, you know, all of this is leading up to these injuries have happened over time. I was, you know, doing martial arts my whole life. So I've had dislocations in both arms. This arm I rehabbed back by myself. This arm just never quite came back. And I really want to do, a lot of leg work and ab work for sure. So I'll just tuck this arm in and do everything over here. So my right side will be like enormous, but the mindset is this: I will not stop doing what I do. I will just be limited on one side. Going back to text messaging, and then I want to jump into topic real quick. So remembering text messaging, and as we've evolved over time, I think that a lot of people will say, oh, I miss talking. Yes, I love FaceTiming. Like coronavirus brought out the FaceTiming in everybody, which is when I set up my appointments and my meetings, my strategy sessions, I'm like, I really don't want to text message anybody. I really like, let's get on the phone. I want to see you. I want to see your face. I want to see what your expressions are. You know, I want to see your enthusiasm, or I want to see like, you know, how do you text an emotion, you know, and that's cool because I really prefer if you guys like text me what you need and I will give you a response. And a lot of times, like if I'm in the car or on my bike or I'm working out or I'm in the studio and I'm recording or I'm editing or I'm doing my stuff, I'm like, you really think I can stop and pick up the phone and go, hi, how are you? What's going on? Like that just draws into like a black hole. I'm also an introvert. And we introverts hate talking on the phone. It's one of those things where I'm like, I could really talk to like 30 people all at one time. It makes me happy. But when I have to stop and segment like that person, and then I get off, and then I got to go to that person, and then like, wow, I've got like 10 people texting me, and I have to deal with one at a time. Y'all, I don't know how you do it, but that's just not my style. And I give just as much love to those 10 texting people that I would if I had you on the phone. Doesn't mean I don't love you less. I actually love you more. Dan Brady, what is up? I don't know why I thought about you today. I was like, where's my Dan? I think I saw one of your pictures and I was like, there he is. Jan, what's up? Dan Brady, Carlito is in the house. Sandra, what is up? I love you guys. Carlito, I've been thinking about you a lot with this whole like Black Lives Matter thing. And I want to touch on it because I haven't really talked about it a lot. I've kind of been touching on it and kind of skirting around it. So I want to get it out and I want to get it on the table, and I want you guys to feel free to come back at me. But I'm like the lone white girl in the room, and I've always been the lone white girl in the room, and I'm a white girl, like English, Irish white girl. Meaning I have no claim to be an American because I'm not an Indian. which is, I really think, is the only real American in the room, because this was your land and we stole it from you. So collectively, I am American by descendant, right? But the Black Lives Matter thing is really strange for me because, and we're going to get into topics, so hang out with me. We're going to get into pregnancy and hormones, and it has a lot to do with guys too, like guys that are going through hormonal changes. Like, nobody talks about this stuff. But here's Black Lives Matter, y'all. So it's a painful subject sometimes, but it's never been painful for me because I grew up as like the only white kid in my group. I was the only like out of my whole school, was like one of 5 white kids in my group, in my school, growing up from kindergarten, through actually junior high. And it was a flip when I went to high school, which is really weird for me. But, my friends were all Black and brown and Latin and from multicultural South American countries. And what's up, Don Shaw? Welcome. Laura Dalmau, welcome to the show. We're going to get into it here, pregnancy, but I want to get the Black Lives Matter thing out because I've been really kind of tortured. I have racists in my family. 100%. I've had them say things, and I mean like aunts and uncles that, and my brother, and things that I've heard in my family growing up that were just like my neck snapping, like, what? Like, seriously. And listen, I am also like, I laugh and I go, I was raised by like drag queens and prostitutes, so I don't identify with like normal people. I grew up in that. I left home when I was really young, and I was, I'm an entrepreneur, and I have been since I'm a little kid, and I love the lifestyle, but I was also exposed, I went to Europe when I was very young, so I was like, whoa, yeah. I was in a 6-star hotel. I didn't even know there was a 6-star hotel when I was 16 years old. So my life is pretty dynamic and diverse, and my cultures are pretty dynamic and diverse. And I can truly say, like, I was almost like reverse discrimination, because it exists. And when I was growing up, I was taunted, teased, and tormented every single day of my life because I was white. Yeah, it sucked. Which is why I a lot of people don't know me, and they're like, oh, well, you're so tough, Lisa. I'm like, I'm tough because the street made me tough. And because I was a white kid, I was cracker. Aldo wasn't a drag queen. What does that mean? Y'all say some weird things to me. Carlito, retype. I don't know what you're saying. Cracker, whitey, what else? I mean, everything you could think of as a racial slur as a white kid growing up, that's what I heard every single day. Walking down the halls, my head being, tapped like that constantly. Like, every Black kid in that school took their anger and aggression out on me. Honky. Yeah, I heard honky every single day. And cracker, and if you guys know what the term cracker means, have you ever heard the word cracker? And they'll say like Florida cracker. I'm a Florida cracker. That's like a derogatory term, but that's what I grew up with. I grew up with honky every day. White honky, every single day driving in my neighborhood. I grew up in Allapattah. If you don't know Allapattah, I went to Allapattah Junior High. There are a lot of people out there that are going, no way. Like, yeah, my mother and father went to, you said we were raised by prostitute and drag queens. Yeah, no, Aldo didn't raise me. Aldo kept me out of the street. But after I left the YMCA, Carlos, yeah, there was a big world out there for me, which has made me who I am today. Yeah, but growing up in a reverse discrimination, nobody talks about it because nobody feels sorry for me. Nobody feels sorry for, like, you know, sorry, white girl, you were discriminated against. I wasn't discriminated against. I was harassed gringa. I was harassed every single day of my childhood growing up until the age of about never. I mean, 16, when I kind of broke free from that environment and I moved away and I went to an all-white high school. I went to Miami Sunset, summer of 79, and it was a shocker for me because it was like I kind of aligned myself. I would like immediately attach myself to like the only black guy in the school, and it was so weird because he was like the reverse, which is weird because he was like I remember this kid, he was so cute, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with the bro. And then he was like, hey dude, would you like a ride in my car after school? I'm like, oh my God, who are you? Like, he was the whitest black person I ever met in my life. And I was like, oh my God, where do I fit now? Because what I was used to, what I was raised by, and, when people tell me, they go, oh yeah, but I have a lot of black friends. I have black friends. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, are you just so weird? Like, I hate white people sometimes. I'm like, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. And I want to put a sign. I remember years ago, I was running track. I was running on the track. I wasn't running track. I was running on the track. And a friend had seen this person on the track, and she called me and she goes, I knew it was you because you run like a sister. And I'm like, and she's black, and she goes, I knew it was you because you run like a sister, and you're the only. And I'm like, well, yeah, because like black people raised me. Like, that's what I know. I know how to dance really well. I appreciate cultural food. I love black culture. I was raised in it, and I adore that. My boyfriends were all either black, brown, like that's my flavor. That's what I like. That's what I like. It's what I grew up with. It's what I like. And I would almost tend to be like white people, like white men in particular, are very scary. They're very intimidating because they also, listen, white privilege is real, y'all. Like, if somebody tells you that's bullshit, they are lying. They are lying. They're lying. Or they're in deep denial, which is a whole nother topic. I don't want to get into this too much. Amber, what's up? Marie, what's up? But white male privilege is a thing. White female privilege is a thing. It's real. Like, y'all, listen, it's real. And there are cultural and there are environmental privileges. Don't let people think that there are religious privileges. And if you guys act like it doesn't exist, the problem will exist. But I want you guys to also expose it. I want to expose it because I, for the first time in my life, am like, oh my God, we actually have an opportunity to go after racism and expose it. Because this shit we've been talking about for years sucks. And it's painful, right? But nobody's really been able to do, I don't know what clicked. What clicked with George Floyd? What clicked? I don't know. I don't care. But I think we all need to step up. And if we're like white people need to step up. Like, black people need to step up too. Like, I know black people that hate me because I'm white and don't know me. I know that for a fact. It's fact. And they hate me because of what I represent, not because of who I am. Because the minute somebody realizes who and what I am, they're like, oh shit. This girl's like, She's really not a racist. And listen, we all have like, we all judge, we all prejudge or profile, right? You're like, like our brains have a way of detecting, like, I'm scared. You're making me nervous, bro. You're making me nervous. I'm going to go walk over there. Because I just, you know what? I'm just going to be like that, right? White men do that to me. White men freak me out. I'm like, ugh. Like, you're like, you're muscling up on me and you're freaking me out. What's up with that, bro? You ever see white men that are like, it's my favorite. They like take up a lot of space. They just take up space. They'll just like walk and just space and mansplain and just open their mouths and just say shit. Like, shut the fuck up. Because you sound stupid. Nobody asked for your stupid opinion. That's just me, right? Jamie, what's up? Yami, what's up? Dan, you are a rock star. I'm gonna digress. And you know what? This is everybody. I white men, like Latin people, like Latin men. I got my whole like slant on that. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, black guys that are just like, ooh, shut the fuck up. Like, white people, shut the fuck up. If you guys really think about it, good morning, everyone. I'm on a little bit of a rant right now, but I want to get it out and get it out of the way and say what I need to say, because when you say things like, not all black people, not all cops, not all white people, not all Latin people, not all men, not all women, shut the fuck up. Do something. Do something to change who you are. Even I have racists in my family that say the N-word. I grew up with my step-grandfather. He would say shit like I would feel like a rumble in my gut, like I want to throw up. They use the N-word like I just ate a piece of candy, yes, and so what? Like, what? He's dead. That culture is moving. The culture is moving out. And I hate it. I hate to say that. Like, you know what? There's a generation of people that's going to die off. And we're going to wake up one day and be like, oh, you can judge all you want, but being a dick racist is just stupid. It's just stupid. To me, it's just like, it's uneducated. You're just uneducated. If you look at somebody and go, oh, because they're black, blah, 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 blah. Really? You're just stupid. Or because they're a white person, blah, blah, blah. And you're just stupid. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. So I want to get off that. And I want to move forward. And I want to embrace the people that are in my life, that have been in my life forever, for years. Black, white, Latin, multicultural Latin, multicultural black. You guys, like, you ever meet somebody, like, here, I live in Miami. I was born in Miami. Me, white person. And I'm still here. I love my culture. When I go outside of culture, I get really nervous. When I'm around a lot of white people, I get really nervous. I do. It's weird. It's a weird sensation when I'm around white people, because I know it's a matter of time because some shit's going to come out of their mouth. They're going to say some bullshit and it's going to freak me out. And you feel outnumbered and you get nervous. You're like, oh shit. Right? It's also when I get like, I see like black people, right? A big group of black people, and I'm like, they hate me because of the color of my skin, and I just want to jump in and go, yo, what's up? And then they look at me like I'm freaking crazy. You don't know that I'm not one of you, because I'm not black, but you raised me. You freaking raised me. And it's happening so much in our world right now, where you see a white kid and it's, or a black kid and it's a white mom, and you're like, oh, whoa, let me shut up. So it's changing, guys. And I want to be a part of it, and I want to tell all my multicolored skin people, I love you. I'm going to speak up and I'm going to speak out and I'm going to do my fucking damnedest to help you guys. Also coming to you as, you know, so many diverse cultures in my world. I'm all in. Dan, I have a racist family and I am okay. You're in a minority. Girl, I've been here for 30 years. We're on the same page. Yeah. Again, you know, and I speak up for the gay community. Again, I was raised by, you know, transsexuals, and, you know, I was raised in the gay culture. Back in 1979, I remember losing one of my dearest friends that I worked for. I was 16, 17 years old. And, you know, the riots for Pride were started by a transsexual and a black lesbian. And what we also encountered back then was, this is a movement, this is a thing. And the trigger was Stonewall. And there were riots. And people are like, oh, the riots are bad people and looting and blah, blah, blah. No, people are pissed. People are pissed. And right now, George Floyd, I don't know why. Listen. Yo, Rodney King. I have not heard one Rodney King story yet. Pisses me off. I'm like, yo, Rodney King, y'all. Some of you are not old enough to remember that, but I lived it. Miami, okay? There are places that we were like, hey, you know, we can't drive. You can't drive white because you'll get killed, for sure. And why didn't it happen then? Why is it happening now? Because we're culturally moving past all of these old racist farts. ORF. Old racist farts that are dying off. I hate to say it, but it's true. And so we've got to move past it. And we all have to like latch onto each other and bring it forward, right? Bring it to a head and nip it and go, no racism, no, sorry. Oh, no homophobia, no, sorry. I can't help you, sorry, no. Just expose that shit. Fucking be done with it. That's all I have to say about that. Now that I got your attention, pregnancy and hormones. What a segue. Damn. Man, I've needed to say this shit for a long time. And I got more to say, but I want to stay on topic. I don't want to go crazy. I don't want... Beach High had many cultures, Jewish, Black, Hispanic, Haitian, including Mariel, guys, yeah. Trucks with KKK, yeah, for sure. Yeah, everyone stayed in their own clique. Also, Hispanics from South America and Cuba think they are white and don't understand racists, don't like them either. Yeah, no, I get it. All right, let's move on topic. You guys want me to stay on topic? You want me to stay on racism? I'm not racist. Let me correct that. I meant we are together. Yeah. No, Dan, I didn't think you were racist. Yeah. Listen, I kind of look at it this way. Anybody that's gay, and anyone that's out gay, and I've never been out gay. Actually, there's a coffee table book. It's called Out in America. I am one of the featured Out in Americas. Top 100 people out in America. That would be me. I've never, and when they asked me to do this years ago, I don't even remember the company, but it's Out in America. It's a coffee table book. People have asked me along the way, they're like, you know, you need to represent the gay community. I'm like, I don't represent the gay community. Like, I don't identify with anything. It's no one's business who I sleep with. And if you guys are that concerned with who I sleep with, y'all are a bunch of perverts. That's disgusting. Like, people that are like, I don't like gay people. I'm like, why are you worried about other people's business in their bedroom? That's just gross. That means that you spend a lot of time thinking about what people are doing in their bedroom. And to me, that's disgusting. I find that really weird. I find that really bizarre. Like, I don't like gay people. Like, really? You're talking about what people do in their bedroom. What they do in their bedroom. Like, hey, when I look at you, I don't think about you having sex with your husband. Although now and then I do. And I'm like, ew, that's gross. But that's not my problem because I don't have to sleep with that person. Guy or girl or whoever, or whatever you do in your bedroom is your problem. But judging people because of the color of their skin is just weird. Y'all are just weird because we all come from the same common ancestor. Science, bro. Anyway, I just totally went off topic again. I guess I'm a little fired up. I see comments being made and y'all are kind of like weird. Listen, and I see, Laura, I'm with you on it because I see racism so profound in the Cuban community and Latin cultures. So bad because Cuban white people don't like Cuban black people. I ain't a liar. I'm telling you the truth. If you don't like it, go to another page, quickly just get off, because the truth is, I got Argentinian, like white Argentinian friends. You ready? They think they're European. And they hate black people. Now, is that a generalization? Absolutely. It's all generalizing. But Latin people of white feature will totally deny the fact that they are from a black, we are all from a black, we all come from a same black common ancestor. Our common ancestor was dark-skinned. You don't like it? It's not my problem. You're not up with science? That's not my problem. My problem is that when you think you're better, is a problem. Because you're not. You're just not. Yeah. Yeah. So let's bring it all together. Let's wrap it up, guys. 9:34. We got a leg workout today, and I'm going to talk about that. But I want to get into pregnancy and losing weight because that's what I wrote on the board. And I feel like I should stick to topic, but sometimes I just can say whatever the fuck I want. And if you don't like the word fuck, I really feel sorry for you because it's such an amazing word. It's such a powerful word. And words only have power if you give it power. A lot of people say to me, Lisa, why do you cuss? Not a lot of people, very few people actually. And then I get really like twisted. I'm like, really, Snowflake? How's that working for you? And why is it okay sometimes for a man to say fuck? You're fuck, right? I was raised by a man that said fuck a lot. And I thought it was funny. I thought the word was funny because words are words, right? You can put power in anything you want, you know? Darn. Why is, 4-letter word, why does that not have the same power? So if you guys are like big fat snowflakes, grow up. Just grow up. Grow the fuck up. Because we're not in a time where we can be that sensitive to people. Dan's not pregnant yet. But let's talk about pregnancy, but let's talk about hormones. Let's talk about hormones. Guys, let me address my boys on here. And if I use the term biological, I'm only trying to be very clear when I say men and women, sexuality, or, what your physical, born as, what happens to your body. But my biological males, you also go through andropause, the same as menopause for women, but that andropause really hits. Men are peaking, by biological men, you guys are peaking at like 23, where the highest, just as an example, the highest insurance rates for men are like around 23 because y'all are whack. That's when you are the most risky. That's when your body is producing those hormones that are jacking you up, and woo, you're like, oh, I'm gonna crush everything in front of me, right? And then my girls are also, you're peaking and you're sending out those hormones that are attracting a mate, right? It's like that. And then again, where we, Bessie, Lisa, may I tell you something? I suffer racism from my own family. My mother is white, but my dad was black. Yeah, I get it, babe. I'm with you. You guys, if you want me to stay on racism, I will. I really did want to jump off topic and get back onto andropause and menopause. But if you guys want me to stay on racism, I can blow it up. I got so much to say. Chuck Wallace, what is up? Welcome, my love. Miss you guys. I love when you guys jump on here because a lot of you I have been friends with for 100 years. I feel like I've been here for you guys since day one. Listen, I've been out and proud as long as I can remember. So y'all want to get into it? We'll get into it. Send me a direct message if you guys want to talk about, worldly subjects. But if you want, I really want to talk about hormones. The hormones let me just go through a couple of things for you. And again, I know, Dan, you're not pregnant, but still hormones are still being affected as we get older. By the time we're all collectively 30, 35, I never like to use the term it's downhill from there. It's just switching. Like the light switch just switches, or the hat switches. And I go from I'm producing all of these hormones to I'm not producing these hormones. And there's an imbalance. And you're most fertile when you're pregnant because your body is now shifting and saying, I'm making a person, right? Think about it. I'm making a person. So what do we need to do? And in regards to your HCG moving, right? So that female that's producing these hormones to make a person, all I have to say is you've got to eat to make a person. You can't eat for you any longer. And most of my girls that are saying, oh my God, my body, I gained so much weight. Yeah, well, that's on you. And if you were eating a certain way, like a lot of carbohydrates or just eating junk, and then you got pregnant and you continued on that cycle, you gain a lot of weight. That's what happens. And the body is like, you got to eat the foods that are rich in antioxidants. You got to eat a bigger breakfast. You got to get your body signed up for making a person, right? So my guys are also going through it on the Eddie, what is up? You guys are on the other side. My guys are like, 35, 40, and the shit just got real. And I love talking to my guys because, let's be honest. My guys don't have the same wants, desires, and needs that my girls do. And my guys are concerned with, I'm losing my hair. I'm losing muscle mass. It's harder for me to get that mass that I want. And again, I talk to my boys the same way I talk to my girls. I'm like, lift heavy weight. You want to adapt. We can't train with the light weights any longer. And we can't just go, oh, now I'm older, so I have an excuse to lift lighter. Laura, I'm going there, girl. I'm totally going there. Our culture is really messed up. Yeah. We want to avoid trans fats. Trans fats are the bad fats. The bad fats are the processed foods. We want to cut down all your carbohydrates. Stop drinking alcohol. Guys, stop drinking alcohol. We're talking about pregnancy and hormones. So After pregnancy, hormones just do like a flip flop. We almost invert. Guys start turning into girls. Now I'm talking about biology. Guys, hormones start to flip and you start to turn into women, and women start to turn into men because the hormones flip. And I don't see this out there that much. To find the research on it is almost like saying you can't tell a guy that he's turning into a woman. That's just kind of messed up. I'm like, well, think about it. Your hormones are flipping. That's why your body, you see these guys that, they lose the muscle in their chest, their shoulders start to creep in, their hips get wider, their bellies grow out, they start to lose their hair, their erections are gone. Right? And then my girls are like, oh, progesterone and testosterone and boom, right? Most of my girls are tending to put on weight, but they're getting a little bit more, they're getting like, oh, I'm now in after pregnancy hormones. I've never addressed them. So many of my girls, they get pregnant, they have their kids, they gain the weight, and then they just kind of like stop and give up. Oh, now I have kids and I'm not gonna, I don't have time. I can't work out. It's all about the kids, and whether I have a husband or I don't, or a girlfriend, whatever, I'm like, this is my new body. This is my new reality, and screw it. I'm doing the best I can. When I work with my celebrity athletes or my celebrities, and they're like, I got a show to do, I can't, no. Like, my business is my body. There's a whole different mindset. And again, like, a lot of my girls are like, no, Lisa, but you don't understand what it's like. I don't have help. I'm like, yeah, well, right. I get it. But is that an excuse? Or are you, listen, there's 24 hours in the day. And I'm probably going to tell you shit you don't want to hear right now. But on the other side of being, having, like, I think you guys have, like, Vicky, what's up? Aaron, welcome. I think a lot of you, again, I want to say things that are just going to kind of poke you and piss you off, and that's okay. By elevation, 56, and you can still have a good body. Amen! I like elevation, by the way. Guys, listen to Lisa Gaylord. I love you, Dan. You're so cute. Dan's 56, yes. Here's the thing. If I tell you things that hurt your feelings, I'm not apologizing. I'm just saying what I hear it. 40 years in my career, I've heard every excuse for, oh, well, I have kids and now I don't have a life. I'm like, well, why'd you sign up for kids then? If that's your excuse. Or, I have kids and I gained a bunch of weight and now my husband doesn't want to have sex with me. Well, yeah, because that's not what he signed up for. Oh, but that shouldn't be the determining factor in a relationship. Or I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what your contract is. Sometimes people change. And you get into these unions, and then you're like all bound up in the union, and then you have kids, and then you're like part of that, and then you freaking change, and you're not the same people anymore, and you're like, well, you're not really what I married, so why are we still together? Oh, because we have the kids. Well, fuck that. That's stupid. That's ignorant. If I hear one more stupid person tell me some shit about stay in the relationship because of the marriage, I'm like, you stupid. Marriage is a contract. It's a legal binding contract. It's like buying an apartment. Get out of that shit. Right? You ever have a condo association? They're like, okay, now everybody has to paint their walls pink. And you're like, nah, I'm out. Nah, I'm out. It's not what I signed up for. Don't get me wrong. I love marriage if it works. I love marriage if it's for the right reason. But if it's a contract and you say, I married you this way with this mentality and this body and this thing, and that's what you expect it to be, after pregnancy, you're delusional. And if a biological male is going to be like, girl, I married you like that, why is you know, that's just crazy. That's insanity. And for my females that have had kids, listen, it's really important that you understand you are no longer the same. And getting your body back can be brutal. I mean, brutal. I've seen my friends gain 100 pounds. Somebody that was like, you know, skinny model to gaining 100 pounds and having a baby and then trying to like scratch and claw your way back up that mountaintop. It's crazy. And then not having any support or being in a relationship with somebody who's like, babe, you're fat, you know, when are you gonna get that pre-baby body back? Then screw you. I just did a research paper on, they're like the top 25 people that, 25 celebrities that did like huge weight loss, and it was all exactly the same. And the men and the women that were, let's say the women that had pregnancies and they had a hard time coming back, they all said the exact same thing. I've lost weight as a husband and dad. Hard part is gaining weight. Yeah, I need sleep. Joel, you're a smaller set dude. That's when you hand over the baby to the man and be like, yeah, watch the baby so I can do it. Yeah, no, exactly. I think you have to have a commitment in your relationships. I think everyone needs to understand, like, most relationships are negotiable. And a lot of times we get into relationships where we're like, I don't know, let's just see how this goes. Like this person checks off this, and this box, but that's not reality. And when you get pregnant and you start gaining weight and your body changes and your brain changes and, you know, there are things in your life that change and, you know, there's death in life. There's lots of death. I don't know anybody that hasn't lost somebody or somebody got sick or you got an illness, not just pregnancy. I look at pregnancy sometimes like, listen, pregnancy is not an illness. And a lot of you treat pregnancy like you got sick. And you're like, that's it. I'm pregnant. I'm going to eat and drink whatever I want. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, now I'm 100 pounds overweight. And I got this 25 pound, you know, situation. And 75 of it is my fault. Instead of your body is a business. My body is my business, but it's also something that I treasure. So we've got to get back to, where are your hormones right now? It's really hard, guys. It's really hard. You have to fight. And the sad part with what I'm about to say, pregnancy and hormones for guys and my girls, is about we're working towards the grave. We're not going to get out of this alive. Listen, I look in the mirror and I'm like, my skin is changing. My hair texture is changing. My hair is like crazy right now, but I got good hair. But my skin's changing. Lines in my face, and I look in the mirror and it's about me going, all right, I have a lot of my female friends that, you know, after pregnancy, they just let themselves go. Or I've got a client that comes to me, they're like, yeah, you know, I gained a lot of weight after my pregnancy. I love this story. And if this resonates with you guys, I get it. I gained a lot of weight after my pregnancy, and I go, well, how old are your children? And the person will tell me, well, no, they're like 15. I'm like, so you never addressed your body like 15 years later, and now you expect it to be gone in like 30 days. You're like, what's the quickest way for me to lose weight? I'm like, well, now you're 45 and your hormones are whack and you think you're going to lose weight quickly? No, this is an everyday thing. So if you're like just waking up and realizing that you got to treat your body with respect first, Take the mask and put it on you first. And eat right, stop drinking. Meditation comes in many forms. I have tried to meditate in the past, doesn't work for me. I will be honest with you, like being a vegan, tried it in the past, doesn't work for me. So there are certain things that I will go, hey, works, doesn't work. That's me. I'm just going to share that with you guys. My meditation is go for a long walk or do a hard workout. Being back in the gym, our gym just opened, my gym just opened, so I get a chance to go back and do my thing. I work out for 2 straight hours a day, minimum. But that's what keeps me on point. That's what keeps me fresh. And I can sleep now. I slept last night. I didn't hear a thing because my body gave my body a chance to eliminate my energy. I've got a lot of freaking energy, and because of coronavirus, this is just my take on things. Because I could not expel my energy, I couldn't sleep. A lot of anxiety attacks, like a bunch of anxiety attacks, and like, anybody else have like that anxiety? Like this one, ready? Middle of the night. And a lot of that had to do with, oh my God, am I ever going to make money again? Am I going to be able to work again? Am I going to have a job again? Am I okay? Am I okay out there in the world? Right? And you know what that does is it messes up my hormones because it's hitting those like trigger hormones that are, you know, all the bad stuff, right? All that cortisol. And you're like, ah! So if that's you and you guys are with me, it's about movement therapy. And again, if you like to ohm it out, that's cool. But that's not me. That's why for me, people are like, oh, you need to go do some yoga. I'm like, I hate yoga. I don't hate it, the thing of yoga. I hate that whole mentality of like, om and quiet and I'm like, ah! I feel like I want to rip my skin off. Especially when somebody takes me and tries to control me or hold me down or one pose. I'm like, let's go. I gotta go. That's why my unicorn yoga. Yeah, Mel. Hold on. Chuck, you have always had a mindset that fitness and diet is a lifestyle. This makes a huge difference. For getting a mind of lifestyle for you, life, mind, spirit is born. It is possible. Yeah. Guys, I want to make sure that you guys understand that at 57 years old, and I will never lie about that. And I think it's really strange when people get really uptight about saying their age. They're like, oh, you don't look 57. I'm like, no, I do look 57. As a matter of fact, I am what 57 looks like. I don't know about you guys, but I think you guys look like shit when you don't take care of yourself and you're not taking care of your bodies. You're not respecting your bodies. You're respecting food more than you are your body. You're respecting, remember I called you once, I was terrible, too scared to go back to work. Yes. Talk to me, Bessie. Bessie, set up a session. Let's do a 30-minute session. I'll send you a link. You guys need to talk to me privately. I will send you a calendar link. I would love to talk to you one-on-one, set up a mindset coaching session, get you back on track. I want to help you with anxiety. I am the master at anxiety because I go through it all the time. I have anxiety attacks all the time, and they kind of jump out of nowhere, but I also recognize that it's part of being 57. Anxiety is also has a lot to do with whether we talk about it or not. I totally went off topic, but I don't care. Anxiety has a lot to do with I'm 57 and I don't know how much longer I have to live. Remember, we were never supposed to live past 50. We just weren't. But we forget that. I think super ager. I think 100 because I have a grandmother that was 105. And because of that, I'm kind of tripped out by it. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to match your 105. But I want to be a healthy 105. I want to be a cognitive 105. I want to be like with my intuition and movement. I don't want to be broken. I don't want to be all jacked up at 105. I want to be like a good, solid 105. Crazy, but that's a whole different topic. But this is what 57 looks like, guys. Embrace it, and be able to say, let's rock it. And I look at young people that I'm attracted to, and I think, oh my God, that person's so hot and so sexy. They would never want anything to do with me. Just hear me out. Listen where I'm going. Just listen where I'm going. And it's because I love that youthful spirit, right? And we're kind of like, I like to be around young people because I'm like, because they're youthful and they're spirited. Because when I'm around people that are my age and they're dead and broken and have given up and they're working towards the grave, my heels are in. Like, my heels are so dug in. I'm like, oh, no, not going. I'm not done yet. Are you with me? Dig your heels in with me. Come with me on this ride. Come with me on this journey, because I need you guys. I need you to dig your heels in. Yes, Chuck, I know you. He's a hot man too, right there. Right, Dan? Dan, Chuck, my boys. We have to have that mindset of digging your heels in and saying, no, I'm going to fight this. I'm going to fight back. And I'm going to respect my body. Respecting your body also starts with alcohol. And I go, you guys just don't want to hear it. You're like, man, what's wrong with alcohol? Well, it's eating you alive. And it's showing up on your face. It's showing up in your body. It's showing up in your attitude. Guys, I want you to understand something. This is a culture. I am a culture. This group is a culture, and I need you guys to help me move this forward. If you've enjoyed any of this content whatsoever, I've got every Cash App thing you could possibly think of. But more importantly, I will reach out with you and set up a free private one-on-one coaching session. We can talk about whatever you want. I have a group right now. It's a 5-week mindset reset program going on. We have 2 Zoom calls every week. We've got about 25 people that are signed up to this Zoom calls Monday night, Friday night. It's amazing. People are crushing goals. It's also nice to really get it together with a group of people. I'm starting group number 2 now. So if you want more information, go ahead and send me a comment below, reset. I'll send you my calendar link. Even if you just want to bullshit with me for an hour, that's totally cool. I'm here. My platform is shifting. I'm not just here as your physical coach, but I want to be your mental mindset reset coach. My business has afforded me the luxury of meeting so many people all over the world. I've been a personal trainer since I'm 16. You guys do the math. Martial arts is my background. My passion is wellness. How do I get you guys in the best shape of your life and crush your goals? We talked a little bit about pregnancy today. We talked about racism. We talked about a lot today. It's 9:59. I have not put up the workout for the day. I know you guys are ready to work out with me. Don't forget, I'm going to probably transition into a podcast. I'm going to be transitioning into a live stream. Going to be transitioning, hopefully sooner than later, into an actual TV show. I'm super excited about that. You have no idea. Guys, I'm going to shut down and I'm going to restart. I'm going to go ahead and put the workout down below. I've got to let the puppies out because they're just being really weird right now. I love you guys. As always, I'll meet you back here in about 5 minutes. Love you guys.